Mhm. Let me to launch my portal. Go to my virtual machine. And it's all yours, Molecule. Start your server. Go and connect the first virtual machine, which is Active Directory. All right, grab the public IP. SP admin. Yes. Let's wait. It takes some time, couple of minutes to initialize. Pretty fast. Go to tool menu, right hand side up, and yeah, the fifth one, Active Directory user and computer, as usual. All right, let's create today marketing department. So once again, right click Monoq, new and organizational unit, give it a name, marketing. Looks fantastic. Let's create two user again. Give it any name. Yeah. Pretty good. One more. All right. Make both the user member of domain administrator group so that they should able to log in to my SharePoint server. So we will right click the user one, Ben, and click add to a group, the first option. Then we will type domain and check name. All right, that's good. Click domain admin, the first one. All pretty fine. Click OK. Yeah. Now we have to do same thing with Paul. Pretty good. Looks good. Let's check what is the status of my second server. So this is my SPVM. It said that everything looks good. Let's copy that. Go to remote. Connect with this server. I believe password, right? Password 1 2 3 4. So to create user, every time we need to log into domain controller, right? Correct, na, Monique? Every time I have to go to my domain controller and then I access Active Directory user and computer, and then we are going to add the user. I want to perform the same task from my SharePoint server itself. Click OK now. So what I am going to do now, on this SharePoint server, I am going to install a remote administration tool. Just click add role and feature. Say next. 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 Hold on now. Now here, scroll down till you see something called remote administration. Let me to help you out just for a sec. So now you see here, we have something called a remote server administration tool. Now using this tool, SharePoint admin create the user or maybe change something with the user, maybe change the password, put some data and so on. So here what I am going to say, we have a lot of options through which we can manage my server. All these are a tool. I am looking for a tool which is going to manage my ADDS and LDS. Because what I want to manage? I want to manage my Active Directory. So now this is a ADDS tool. So first I am going to install this. Second, if I want to do something with the DNS, I also need to have a DNS tool. So to manage my Active Directory from my SharePoint server itself, I do not need to go and log in on Active Directory server every time. All right, so I think that we're good to go. So go ahead and say next. Let me help you out. And I'm going to say install. So now we are installing the remote administration tool, because it is pretty inconvenient for configure user every time we have to log in to domain server. All right, so done. It said that on your SharePoint server, Active Directory tool also get installed. So when I go and check the tool, hey, I get my Active Directory user and computer. Now I can manage everything from my SharePoint server itself. Which tool we install? Remote administration tool. All right, Monica, I think that we are good to go. Here is your SharePoint. Let me to go and log into your central admin. So what we are going to do today now, in a very first thing, we are going to replicate everything what we learned yesterday. First, this whole hierarchy. Second, security. And then let me open image paint. And I'm going to say SharePoint site with permission. What exactly we need to create now? We have to create one site collection. Let's give it a name. I'm going to say this site collection belong to IBM. Now, once the site collection created, we are going to enable 3 site sub-site below this IBM. One is called software, IBM also have hardware. IBM also have the third unit called service. Now below software, we need to have pages. So page 1, we call it backup software. Page 2, then page 3, again within the hardware, we will have 2 services. We again have a 2. So here I have a backup software, email software, which we popularly known as Lotus, and the office software. Now for the hardware, I have server hardware and storage hardware. And then from a services, we will have domestic service, which is only for a US customer. And then we have international service, which is out of the US customer. Now for the software, for the IBM, SP admin will be the owner. For a software, Mr. Paul will be the owner. For the hardware, Mr. Ben will be the owner. For services, Mr. Tom will be the owner. And then on this software, especially on a backup, let's say for an example, in the IBM itself, we have a document library, which is my DMS. Now on DMS, I want you to have a content approval. First the versioning, then any content which need to be uploaded, we need a proper content approval. So on a DMS side, we are going to enable versioning and a content approval. On a later stage, we are also going to implement workflow, which is a new feature for you in a SharePoint. So we are going to add approval workflow. Later on the day, we are going to implement a search feature on this DMS. So the DMS is very important for IBM or organization. What all we need? We are going to enable versioning, approval workflow, and a search feature. While for a services, IBM want to display the services, especially for their domestic customer. You can say all their services. I just slide so. So what all we need? First, we need to create one site collection for IBM, do every kind of an branding. Then on this site, SP admin will have an ownership. Within this IBM site, we need to have three sub-site: software, hardware, and services. Below software, we need to have three pages, site pages: backup, email, and an office. And then in the hardware, we will have server and a storage. And then in a service, we will have a two pages: domestic and international. Then IBM is going to host central document management system, where I need to have a versioning and a content approval. Later on, we will enable a feature called approval workflow. And later on the day, we are going to enable search feature. Later on, whatever the document is going to upload on this DMS, manager wants a report. So we need to pull out the report, all the document, how many document has been uploaded, how many folder we have, how many document which is approved document, and how many document which is not approved document. Every report I want as a report format, because I want to check whether my DMS is compliance as per the IBM policy or it is not compliant. Does this DMS contain any document which is not part of my IBM organization and which is not approved part of my system in IBM? This is what I want to hold. IBM, then three services, and then you are going to deploy everything there. So let's start now. Deploy this full-fledged site this time today. Oh, I lost the control.
Are we going to be drilling down more into SharePoint? Because I feel like this is very high level and stuff that I'm not going to ever be doing.
Yeah, exactly. Because this, once you do this, what will happen? You understand the every things which you need to configure in SharePoint. For example, how to create a collection, you know, how to create a sub-site, you know, how to create a pages, you know, how we are going to enable versioning and a content approval on this DMS, you know. Now we, on top of that, we are going to enabling or going to enable certain new feature. So if I see from a very top level, this is exactly what organization, any organization you go, they have. So far you learn everything in isolation. Now we are going to make everything in one single project. Like to go?
All right.
All right. Wherever you feel challenge, I will help you out. It's all yours now. You have control. I think you lost control. Hold on for a moment. I think. Let me start. Keep me on here. Oh, perfect. Now this is live project. Take control, Manikyu. Wonderful there. Let's create a site collection first. If I'm not wrong, I think we lost the control. Just hold for a moment. Yeah. Just wait. Oh my goodness. We are expecting a rain today, Manikyu.
What's
Climate
that?
is pretty nice here. Yeah, it's all there. Try type IBM. Start. Facing lag. Should I type for you?
I don't know what you want me to write for the title. What's the title?
Not able to?
I want to know what you want me to write for the title. Hello?
Yeah.
What
Or
is the title?
okay, no problem. let me help you out. Okay. I'm going to type title IBM and in a description IBM Global Intranet Portal. Then I'm going to define what site, what I'm going to create IBM Global. All right, going to be a team site. I think I just lost control again. Perfect now. So who is the user, top level user here? SP admin, right? Perfect. I have an SP admin. Now for defining how much I'm going to consume space on my SharePoint, I can also define a quota. What the quota means? Quota is allocated by top level